But he's talking about being an advocate now for clean boxing and trying to encourage Ryan Garcia to go through VADA testing when we all know that Ryan Garcia is suspicious of VADA testing, obviously because of their association with a guy who helped found or at least become an intricate piece to the puzzle of putting everything together in Victor Conti. I don't want to belabor the point, Dean, and then we'll go to paid in full. Dean, what's your take on all of this, man? We're still talking about this a year and a half after I presented all the information to all of you guys.
Man, I want to say this, man. Shout out to DC Jeroy, Mr. Greg. I just want to tell you I appreciate all your support. Man, I truly, truly do, Mr. Greg. Manager Marty, roll a tape, and we need answers. That's all I'm going to say. And if these content creators want to get in the ring and all that, sign Dean up. I'm more than willing. But I'll say this, man. Like Manager Marty said, when me and Manager Marty first even encountered each other, this was my whole point. This was before everybody even knew that Victor Conti was part of the foundation of creating VADA. And that was my whole point back then. Forget the fighters. Put the fighters to the side because fighters going to do whatever they got to do to get an upper hand. Yeah, you hold them responsible. They get suspended, blase, blase, blah. We all get that. But if they don't pop dirty, then what difference do it make? But the onus needs to be on the root of the problem. It is on VADA and WADA and USADA and all of them to make sure that they are responsible for when two fighters get in the ring in a sport that people die in every day, every year is multiple deaths in the sport of boxing. It is their responsibility to make sure people not dirty. How could that even be possible when you got a guy like Victor Conti who's in bed with VADA? They words, not mine. They got a close relationship. I didn't tell that lady to come on Manager Marty show and say the stuff that she said. I'm sorry. I didn't tell her to do that. But we already kind of knew. So how can you even trust anything that comes from VADA when Victor Conti, it's a conflict of interest? They part of the scheduling, right? That's what they do. They schedule it. Well, my thoughts is maybe they give the guy a heads up on when they scheduling or what they coming through or what they regulations is. That's a problem right there. It's going to be hard to pop a snack fighter when he knows all the ins and outs of the people that's supposed to be protecting the sport. Ryan Garcia is completely right for being suspicious. I'm suspicious. Anybody that's not with Snack Program is suspicious. Or are they a Devin Haney fan? This is where the onus needs to be at the root of the problem. There need to start being strict regulations. There need to be, first of all, VADA, the fact that they're not even the people that does testing, there's no need for them to be in the sport. There's literally no need for them to be in the sport. If all they doing is being a scheduler, then it's then all WADA and USADA and these other people got to do is just hire somebody to do the scheduling. It's not that hard. And that's my biggest problem. I appreciate Manager Marty for bringing this to the world. And I'm glad that it came around because how me and Manager Marty met is exactly my point today that it was then. And I'm glad that everybody's starting to see that now. Because if we can't even trust the people that's doing the testing, then please, y'all, we need answers. What's the point of the testing? And I'll leave it there.
Good point. Thank you for stopping the school bus right there, Dean. Always respect your perspective, my brother. Double salute to my guy, Andre Smith. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. We also got my guy here, my main man, Pots and Pans, Sin Ironheart is in the building. Before we get to Ironheart, because Ironheart remembers as well when, we was bringing up all these different things about the snack program, and matter of fact, that's how Ironheart even encountered the channel. He came right into the thick of all the things that you all have learned through my research. But before we get to Ironheart, I want to get Paid in Full on here. I think he's been up here a few times. Good to see him. Paid in Full. Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, what's going on, Marty? Salute to y'all. Salute to the panel. What's going on, Dean?
Paid, what up, my guy?
What's going on? Yeah, Marty. Again, I appreciate you as well, man. Because like a lot of this stuff gets swept under the rug. A lot of content creators won't touch on things like this. So I gotta take my hat off to you and salute you for that, man. Because you definitely made a change and actually trying to make a change in the boxing community. Um, and Ryan has every right to be suspicious of VADA just based on a couple of things. The close ties with Victor Conti. I don't even feel like they. I don't feel like he should even be in boxing, let alone sports in general. Just based on his history, I don't. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, cool. You went to jail for what you did, but then don't come back out and talk about you try to be a changed man. No, I just feel like you became a smarter cheater. Um, and not just only that. With Ryan being suspicious, along with Devin's little brother is saying that he was on the prayer matter and such this, such and such that, and heard that Ryan was gonna pop dirty and all this type of stuff. So I'm like, all these ties with Devin being a snack fighter and people saying little things like that, bro, you have every right to be suspicious of stuff like that. And why VADA out of every, like, you got USADA, and again, VADA don't even test anyone. So what is the purpose? Like, they're the middleman that's really not even needed. So it's yeah, it's a lot of suspicious when it comes to that. And if I'm Ryan, I would never go through VADA again.
That's a good point. And Ryan told Bill Haney after Bill Haney, this was the other day, after Bill Haney told Ryan Garcia to go through VADA, Ryan Garcia said, he asked Bill Haney in a tweet, he said, Bill, can't we use another anti doping organization? Like, in other words, do we have to go through VADA? I don't mind giving up blood and urine, but why we got to go through VADA? You know, why are we pushing VADA? You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, absolutely.
And speaking of that, Ironheart, can you hear me, big dog?
Yes, sir. What's going on with everybody?
What up, Sin?
Hey,
Chilling, man. Hope everybody's doing well out there. You know what I'm saying? To the panel in the chat. Long time no see, everybody.
absolutely. Now listen, Ironheart. I mean, you were here when you first encountered this channel. You were in the thick of things with me. When you start seeing all of the layers of the onion, I was peeling back, you know, to expose the real truth that has been hidden in plain sight, so to speak, when it comes to the relationship between Victor Conti, his program Snack, and even his relationship with VADA. And you remember when I exposed the process of therapeutic use exemption. And we talked about that as well. What's your take on everything now? Because here we are a year and a half after I first opened the lid up on performance enhancement still going on in boxing, and now here we are in the ending of October, and we see Bill Haney and Ryan Garcia both going through a beef on social media about VADA testing, and of course this is months after the fight where Ryan Garcia had small traces of ostarine in his system, which was highly suspicious to me. But we're here now. Why are we still talking about this, man? What's your take on all of this?
Man, I think that overall, we're really to state the obvious. It's not even an I think thing. This is really just proven fact at this point that boxing has historically been a dirty ass sport, and it's very few people that really cover the matters, especially with that we have a lot of content creators and a lot of coverage that goes on YouTube with a lot of independent parties and people that's not necessarily bought out by media and bought out by their favorite boxers or whatever. It's a lot of people that have a fair opportunity to get their voices out and cover matters that most media would not cover, especially those people that's closer to the organizations, closer to the fights, and all of that good stuff. But now the eyebrow has been raised. You've cracked the lid on a very major part on the corruption, because I think that, Victor Conti is the equivalent of El Chapo when it comes down to this performance enhancement thing. Um, and like I said, I wouldn't have known of him if I didn't come across your content first, and then I watched other people you know, give their perspective as well. But a lot of them were piggybacking off of the things in conversation. In fact, pulling up your channel directly on their little documentaries and whatnot. So I think the sport would be a lot better if we get that sore spot out of there. If we get just Victor Conte alone, if we can just get him out of the sport, some of the integrity of the sport and the integrity of what we see on these boxing networks will be restored.